Some drill rappers just talk about violence in their songs, but others actually live that life. Today we're breaking down rappers who didn't just rap about catching their ops. They really caught bodies in real life, from shootings in times. Square to revenge hits that shook entire cities. These stories show how quickly the line between rap and reality can get blurred. This is drill rappers who caught bodies. King Von wasn't just rapping about catching bodies. He was really out there doing it. Growing up on the south side of Chicago, Von was allegedly involved in over 7 murders before his rap career even took off. One of his first alleged victims was Modell McCambry, around 9:30 p.m. Modell and his cousin were walking to meet up with a girl when Von allegedly ran up and started shooting. Modell was killed, and his cousin was seriously hurt. Modell was just 17 years old. Just 2 weeks later, on October 29, 2012, another man named Derek Johnson, also known as P5, was shot and killed outside his home on South Eberhart Avenue. Von was linked to the shooting but was never charged. One of Von's most well-known alleged rivals was a female shooter named Jakira Barnes, also known as K.I. She had a reputation as one of the most feared female shooters from STL. Even though Von and K.I. would sometimes flirt on Twitter, they were enemies in real life. On April 11, 2014, K.I. was shot multiple times and killed on 64th, and Eberhart rumors say Von was the one who did it. But again, nobody was ever charged. Then there was the Malcolm Stuckey case, the one that almost got Von locked up for life. May 29, 2014, Von and his homie Big Mike allegedly slid on a house party in Englewood after spotting some ops in the shooting. Malcolm Stuckey was killed and 2 other people were injured. Von was arrested and charged with attempted murder, but beat the case after Big Mike took a plea deal. Still, Von spent over 3 years in jail before walking out a free man. Even after moving to Atlanta, the violence didn't stop. In 2019, Von was rumored to be connected to the murder of Tariq Lavon, who was shot after a fight broke out in an apartment complex parking lot. Another person was left in critical condition. Von was never charged, but the rumors only added to his already dangerous reputation. King Von wasn't just a drill rapper, he was a real product of O-Block, with alleged bodies tied to names like Dale Fisher, Modell P5, K.I., Malcolm Stuckey, and possibly more. The stories, the lyrics, and the street talk all pointed to one thing: Von was really active before the fame. During the fame, and even while he was on top, King Von might have still been active. If he hadn't been gunned down in Atlanta back in 2020, there's no telling how far things would have gone. His body count was never officially confirmed, but in the streets, the legend of King Von only grows. CTS Lil Wick. CTS Lil Wick was just 18 when he allegedly caught his first body, and the whole thing was caught on camera. On August 26, 2022, Wick was riding through the south side of St. Louis on a motorcycle when he spotted his target. It was around 2:15 p.m. Surveillance footage showed Wick and a man in a white Jeep riding next to each other. Wick pulled ahead, stretched his arm behind him while still riding, and started busting shots without even looking. One bullet hit 42-year-old Joseph Shaw right in the forehead. He was killed instantly. After firing, Wick lost control of the bike and crashed, but instead of sticking around, he jumped up and ran. Meanwhile, Joseph's Jeep spun off the road and crashed. Witnesses said they heard about 30 shots ring out. This wasn't random. This was a hit in broad daylight with no fear of cameras or witnesses. It didn't take police long to figure it out. Tracked the motorcycle back to CTS Lil Wick using surveillance footage, ownership records, and his own cell phone, which placed him at the scene. On October 11, 2022, just weeks later, Lil Wick was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. What's wild is that before the arrest, Wick had already been seen in a viral YouTube video from Tommy G titled "Visiting the Most Dangerous City in America." The video he's posted up in the trenches, flashing guns with other kids from the neighborhood. That video hit over 1.6 million views, and unknowingly featured someone who'd be all over the news just weeks later. And in a shocking twist, Lil Wick beat both charges. Baby Drill coming out of the west side of Atlanta, Baby Drill jumped off the porch early. He actually finished high school and tried to go legit by enrolling in welding school, but the streets pulled him back in. By 15, he already caught an armed robbery charge and got sent to boot camp, but that didn't change anything. After getting out, Baby Drill started taking rap seriously in 2021. It wasn't long before he linked up with big names like Young Nudy and 21 Savage. But just as his career was starting to take off, Baby Drill caught a case that almost ended everything. On April 8, 2022, around 2:15 p.m. shots rang out near 12th Street and Crescent Avenue in Midtown Atlanta. When police pulled up, they found Grady Scott slumped inside a Range Rover, dead from gunshot wounds. Witnesses said it sounded like a robbery gone wrong, and since Midtown wasn't known for gang violence, it caught everyone off guard. Police believe the shooter was inside the car with Grady when it happened. A few weeks later, Baby Drill was arrested.
What's up? Lamar. Alright, turn around. Turn around.
Why you taking him for? What's going on? You ain't gonna say nothing?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Hold up.
Come on. No. You're not touching nothing on him. You're not touching nothing on him. I'll be back with you in a minute.
Hold up. What you getting locked up for?
I'll tell you in a minute.
What his phone is? Give me his phone.
He's not getting the phone. Nope.
You got his phone in your hand.
I don't care. You're not getting that.
Hey, let me get him my phone. My keys.
Negative. I'll give you all that. Let me do my investigation. You need to back up. Let me do my investigation, and I'll be done. If he wants to get, let him give you shit. Sit down. Well, y'all getting up in my face, so y'all need to back up. Sit down.
You know what's going on now?
Nah, it's a warrant on me. A warrant on my wrist. I just heard him.
Yeah, there is a warrant. So
Okay,
y'all need to back up off.
What you getting arrested for? What you getting arrested for?
He's got a warrant for homicide. That's what.
At first, fans thought Baby Drill was being charged for another body, Hard Body Daffy, an affiliate of the Goodfellas mob. After Daffy's death, a leaked snippet had Baby Drill rapping, "You lacking like I'm bugs, chilling with them real. Thugs, I'm still showing real love." That bar had fans speculating he was connected to the hit, but reports later confirmed that Baby Drill wasn't tied to Daffy's death. Instead, the charges were linked to the Grady Scott case. It was looking bad for Baby Drill. One of the witnesses in the Range Rover was cooperating with police, and the streets thought it was over for him. But in a wild twist, Baby Drill beat the case, the charges got dropped, and just like that, he was back outside. On his track, Kanan Baby Drill flexed about the whole thing rapping. "I shot my blam when I caught a body, caught some more." He made it clear he walked away from a charge most rappers never survive, and he was still standing, but the rumors didn't. Stop fans started connecting Baby Drill to another high-profile case, the death of Lil Marlowe. Marlowe was one of Lil Baby's best friends, and both came up hustling in the Bone Homes projects. July 2020, Marlowe was found dead in his car after it got sprayed with over 100 rounds on I-285 in Atlanta. Months after Marlowe's death, Baby Drill dropped bars that raised eyebrows. On Dun Sam with Young Nudie, he rapped, "I dropped the biggest op at 17. Fans took that as a hint. Maybe he allegedly caught a major body early on. Nothing has been confirmed, but the rumors spread fast, especially with the politics between Goodfellas, Mob, PFK, and PTE crews. Getting messy street talk said the hit on Marlowe may have involved beef over a baby mama internal drama or crews falling apart. Despite all the street politics and rumors, Baby Drill kept leveling up in the industry. He caught 21 Savage's attention, linked with FOE members, and kept dissing his ops in music. Even as beef heated up between NBA, Youngboy affiliates and FOE Baby Drill stayed locked in posting YB's music and expanding his reach. After beating a murder case and surviving heavy street pressure, Baby Drill's rap career looks bright, but with how deep he's still connected. To the streets, the big question is, can he stay out the way and focus on music, or will history repeat itself? Nas EBK. Nas EBK blew up fast in the Bronx drill scene, but while he was going viral in the booth, the streets were catching up right in. The middle of Times Square, things took a turn. Nas started rapping in 2021. At first, fans thought he was just another loudmouth dropping disses online, but behind the scenes, Nas was really stepping. In February 2023, he was booked on second degree murder charges after allegedly killing a man named Idrissa Sibi in broad daylight.
As you can imagine, just off Times Square and Broadway, just around the corner, we're here on 8th Avenue between West 43rd and West 44th Street. And the police telling us tonight that a 22-year-old man was shot and later died at the hospital right on the corner of West 44th and 8th Avenue. Now, here's what we know happened. It's still a crime scene, as you can see, and we took these pictures just a few hours ago. Detectives still out here investigating, trying to figure out exactly what happened. All we know is about 5:30 this evening, that 22-year-old man was coming around the corner from West 44th to 8th Avenue, and that's when he was shot right in front of the Shake Shack. He managed to run almost an entire block to West 43rd Street, where he collapsed, and that's when, right in front of a deli, that's when the deli owner called 911, and police responded, then taking him to Mount Sinai West Hospital, where doctors later pronounced him dead.
Reports say Nas and Sibi got into an argument near 44th and 8th Avenue. During the fight, Nas allegedly pulled out a gun and shot Sibi in the chest. Sibi tried to run, but collapsed just a few feet away. The whole thing happened in one of the most heavily surveilled areas in the world. Rumors say Sibby was tied to the YGZ, which would explain the tension Nas had been beefing with the YGs and OGZ hard after linking up with Sevside and DOA. Nas wasn't just dissing online his beef with Raw. GZ ran deep. They used to go to school together, but things changed after Raw allegedly dissed a fallen Sevside member. Nas never let it go. Even when Raw GZ was getting into an Uber, Nas kept dissing him. He even spit on Raw's girlfriend when she ran up on him outside of court, showing it was real hate, not just rap beef. Nas later said, 2 days before he died, he told me, "I'ma kill you when I see you." That's why I kept going Raw crazy. Nas never planned to be a rapper. At first, it was his homie Set Dot Trend who pushed him into the booth. Once he started, he went all in with the disrespect. After Bunny in the Box, Nas dropped even more diss tracks, including one about Raw where he rapped, "And no, I can't go out like Raw, 2 shots hit him, you know, he went bye-bye." He didn't stop there. Nas even dissed Sha Ek and D-Thang's friend Delilah, saying, "Delilah got shot, that's a new Bunny in a Box." What's crazy is Nas used to be cool with some of the OGZ and OY guys he disses now, but once he picked a side, there was no turning back. Even with labels offering big deals, including a rumored $700K, Nas still chose the streets. In an interview, he said he moves smart with drivers and security, but clearly, that wasn't enough. Now, instead of blowing up in music, Nas is fighting for his life in court, with K-Flock already facing RICO charges and more indictments. Rumored the Bronx drill scene is losing its hottest talent too fast. Nas EBK says he's innocent, but with a second-degree murder charge in Times Square. His story might be another example of a drill rapper caught chasing both the booth and the body count. Lil Jeff. Bloodhound. Lil Jeff built one of the deadliest resumes in drills. Before he died, stacking bodies across Chicago and Milwaukee with zero fear of consequences. His first known hit was Trap City Lal on June 25, 2023. Lal was caught in a rideshare in Little Italy. As he got in the back seat, a shooter ran up, fired through the window and dipped. Lal was rushed to the hospital but didn't make it. Soon after, Lil Jeff mocked the hit in his song, Stretched, rapping, "He looked up like he saw a ghost." The shooter used a rifle, and police found shell casings at the scene. That's how Jeff got the nickname King Draco. He always slid with a rifle. Next came Lil Pooh in April 2023, a Flipside affiliate. He was shot outside his home in Sauk Village. After his death, Jeff dropped In Your Home and rapped, "Say, you smoking on Z get filled up with chrome. Lil Pooh dissed to Z now. Lil Pooh gone. It was clear if you disrespected Bloodhound losses, you were getting touched." Then came one of the most public hits in Jeff's name, the double murder of Monty and Lil Rob on January 26, 2024. It happened during lunch break outside Innovations High School. 2 masked shooters hopped out of SUVs and opened fire. Monty and Rob died on the spot, just days before they had robbed Jeff for his jewelry and flexed. I had on FaceTime laughing. Jeff clapped back in a track rapping, "They did what they did, so they had to pay the consequence. And we hopped out with 4 poles, 2 got hit." The streets immediately knew who was behind it. But the most haunting body tied to Jeff came after he was already dead. In February 2024, Jeff allegedly shot TMC Slide in traffic, causing Slide's car to crash into a brick wall. Slide survived but stayed on life support for almost a year. During 2024, Jeff kept mocking him on Instagram Live, posting messages like 11th hat pending. In December 2024, TMC Slide was officially pronounced dead, giving Lil Jeff his 11th confirmed body 6 months after his own death. Lil Jeff didn't just rap about sliding, lived it. If he were alive today, he'd be facing multiple murder charges and life in prison. His legacy in drill isn't built on rumors. It's built on real bodies, real hits, and real bloodshed.